So, what is the difference between Jewish and Judaism? Shalom, this is Zoe again, and before we get started, happy Tu Bishvat. For those of you who do not know, including myself before I simply Googled Jewish holidays, Tu Bishvat marks the beginning of the new year for trees. This is a day that commemorates just how much we rely on trees and all its resources that come out of that environment every single day. I had no idea that this holiday existed before last night. So go out and plant a tree. And now that I think about it, perhaps I should rename this channel to The Clueless Jew. That's something to think about. Anyway, moving on. Now, jumping into it, what is the difference between Jewish and Judaism? This is a question I once pondered when I first realized what it really meant to be Jewish. So not that long ago, actually. Throughout my life, I have always heard the term Jewish for someone who was, Jewish. But Judaism I had come across a few times, and I didn't really understand what the difference was. They seemed to kind of be used interchangeably from my experience. But based on what I found, that really should not be used interchangeably. Let's look at why. So I started by simply getting the definition of the two terms. If you type Jewish into your handydandy.dictionary.com app, you get relating to, associated with, or denoting Jewish people or Judaism. If you do the same with the term Judaism, you will get the monotheistic religion of the Jewish people collectively. Now, these are very basic definitions for both, and I find it interesting that Judaism is considered a reference to all people who are Jewish, when there are in fact Jews who do not practice the religion itself. Me. Because remember, based on the evidence that we looked at in previous episodes, Jewish is an ethnicity with deep, deep, colorful roots. Now, I could have stopped there, given that seemed to answer my question just fine. But I dug a little bit further, given that I am a stubborn individual, and I needed something more like statistics. Pew Research Center conducted a study on Jewish identity in 2013. The study was specific on Jewish Americans, but I think it gives a pretty good example of Jews all around the globe. Now, the study is quite extensive, so I will try to narrow it down as best as I can. They did several studies regarding denominational, identification, Orthodox retention, the importance of being Jewish in your life, pride, connections, and responsibilities, being Jewish by ancestry, culture, or religion, what is essential to being Jewish, what is compatible with being Jewish, involvement with Jewish organizations, associations, and relationships, ability to understand and converse in Hebrew, and finally, background and upbringing. I encourage you to go look at the study for yourself, but in summary, Pew found that Jews by religion are much more connected to their Jewish heritage than are Jews with no religion. Reminder that their religion is referred to as Judaism, and I agree with this outcome of the study. I do not deny the results of it. All in all, I have come to the conclusion that being a Jewish person means that you are ethnically and or culturally a Jew, while Judaism is simply the religious practice that we are determined isn't exclusive. I am a Jew, but I do not practice Judaism. I still observe Jewish holidays like Passover and Hanukkah, but because I am Messianic, I also participate in Easter and Christmas because I know that Jesus is the Messiah. I was reading something the other day about the Jewish culture, and someone had made the statement that believing in the Messiah is the most Jewish thing a person can do. The most Jewish thing a Jewish person can do. And that made me feel so much more proud in my heritage, but it also instilled in me a sadness for those who share the same blood as me, who have not yet realized that their Savior has come, and that He is indeed coming again, and that we shared the same blood as that Savior. But perhaps that's another episode where I explain why I believe what I believe. Thank you for joining in and learning something new with me today. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more. Shavua Tov. Here we go. Okay. What what is the difference between Jewish and Judaism? Let's unpack. Oh gosh, no. I'm gonna try that again.